Things turned around badly for Captain Laurance every time he tried to tell a lie. The way he fully revealed himself and inadvertently named prominent figures linked to scandalous activities at the Forensic Investigation Center, while being questioned by the commissioners, shocked us. Stay until the end and see what he said people normally do when an investigation is brought to them. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more updates.
Will be that long, or at least I hope not.
Yes.
Let us continue to the end, Mr. Masigidi.
Oh, let's do that. Thank you, Chair.
Yes. May I just, I have two broad issues, which I hope will translate to two questions in the hope that there will be no follow-ups, Captain. In paragraph 63, you say that you were taken to the FSL office in Silverton, open quote, forcefully, close quote. Please explain the nature of the force or how exactly the force manifested.
Commissioners, I will explain the nature of forcefully in this regard. This was not it's a non-contact force. The officers' approach instilled fear on me. So as a result, I believe when someone has already instilled fear on you.
Explain the approach perhaps for me to understand how that instilled fear in you.
As I indicated earlier, Commissioners, that they came carrying firearms, and the manner in which they were interrogating me, it was not like an interview of a colleague to colleague. And as a result, I already indicated, Commissioners, that there was a police officer involved in this crime. Now, when another officers come and have such an interest in this case, and that interest comes with instilling fear into an expert, then they will actually install a non-contact force on me because I could identify that even the report that they had brought to me for correction was not the report that had an errors. They had a report of the 2 bullets that came from the body, and that report didn't have errors. So I didn't see any reason for them to come to say to me that report needs some corrections. It was not true. So if you come to me and you do not tell me the truth of you coming to me, you are and carrying rifles, you are instilling fear on me. So
you looked at them and you feared them.
Back number on a pro forma. You write back number that you received. You write the contents, what is in the bag. Later on, you are done with the examination. You reduce that into writing, into typing, which is not your area of specialty. That is why always there will be an error on the typing side, not on the pro forma side. And at all times, we accept those mistakes and we accept to make corrections, because the only thing that goes to court is not pro formas now. It should be the 2-1-2 statement. And our system, commissioners at the lab, it doesn't accommodate members reviewing their own cases. Meaning, when you are done with typing, you are not given any further minutes to recheck your work. When they give you a case has got allocated a particular amount of time. Once they say you do this case, you are going to do this case because 10 minutes is for typing, 20 minutes is for typing, 2 hours is for examination, 10 minutes is for returning the firearms to the safe. Then the day is finished. So we do not focus on the quality, we focus on the quantity. And the whole reason why we focus on the quantity is not the correct thing, but is true. It's because of the number of cases we have versus the number of staff we have.
So it's innocent mistakes.
The first one, I think, is paragraph 34. Paragraph 34. Paragraph 34 is the procedure of the laboratory. Procedure of the laboratory is every case file, once finalized, once you have done working on it, it goes to review. And almost out of 10 cases that goes to the review, 8 will be back with errors for correction, without any deliberate to do anything for any analyst who is working at the lab. That can be caused by so many factors, including pressure and time. So, meaning, if this error was corrected and there were not any other error, the investigating officer were not even going to be aware that there was an error on the statement because it will have been corrected. All of the statement passed through that route. So this is the normal operation of the ballistics. Then, when I go to the other mentioned errors which existed, whereby there were a signature in one of the pages. Other than that, any other thing that can be done, it should be done at the office. And I must be in a position of the case file when doing that.
My next question relates to process. As you are probably aware, this commission is concerned with the influence that criminal syndicates have or are alleged to have on the criminal justice system. Needless to say, criminal cases involving syndicates need to be attended to, especially if, as is alleged, affect the entire criminal justice system. Those need to be attended to with a measure of urgency. I'm not saying that other crimes do not need to be attended to urgently as well. Victims of crime always want to see finalization of the matters that affect them. But if the allegations are that the entire criminal justice system may well be influenced by criminal syndicates, I think that's a matter deserving utmost urgency. So that's the context in which I'm going to raise the issue that I'm going to raise. You say that when you left Vereeniging, you were attending another crime scene in another province, that is at Piet Retief in Mpumalanga province. So I just want to get an idea of whether officers from FSL attend to all crime scenes. I am aware, of course, that there is an FSL office, if I'm not mistaken, in the Western Cape, in KZN, the Eastern Cape, all of these in addition to the national one in Silverton.
That's correct.
But even if that be so, if all crime scenes are attended to by officers from the FSL, I'm not an expert, but I think they would be overstretched. Can you explain how this works out in practice? And if they are overstretched, that would probably delay the process.
That's correct, commissioners, and you are correct, commissioner, to say it's overstretched. When you are on standby in FSL here in Gauteng, you are the two of you who are on standby. You are responsible for Gauteng as a whole, for Northwest as a whole, for Mpumalanga as a whole, for Limpopo as a whole, and you go as far as Kimberley, and it's overstretched. It's overstretched, and all victims of crime, as you said, Commissioner, they want justice. So when you are attending a crime scene in, let's say, in Limpopo, you can receive a call while you are still in Limpopo that there is another crime scene that you need to attend, say in Kimberley. You will drive from Limpopo to Kimberley because there is no any other one who is on standby. Initially, some time ago, we used to have a first and second standby. At the moment, we don't have first and second standby. We have it...
by that, first and second, by that, do you mean sets? Because you have said there were two of you on standby. So that was one set.
It's a first standby.
Yes. Oh, so there would be another set of officers.
Two who are still on standby, but they are awaiting to be activated by the ones who are on first standby.
And do you know why that was discontinued?
It was discontinued due to a number of reasons, inavailability of vehicles, resources. The cell phone is one that rotate within the standby. The vehicle, they will give the truth of you coming to me. You are and carrying rifles. You are instilling fear on me. So
you looked at them and you feared them.
Come again?
You looked at them and you feared them.
That's correct, Commissioner.
But when you say that the report that they had already been corrected, is it not so that they should naturally have been interested in the history, the changes that had gone on, the corrections that had been made, and that they would have wanted to know what exactly is going on here?
And commissioners, that was not brought to my attention. The history and the changes, it was not brought to my attention at that day. So at that day, the only picture that I had was that there is something small on the report that I believe, if I recall correctly, it looked like there is a page that I skipped when I was initializing the pages. Because even the correction, I don't think I could have agreed for a report, because the report is typed. When you say I must correct it, you cannot come to my place, because I must have the version of the report, the draft of the report, so that I can make necessary corrections. So it cannot be true. The only thing that I can do when I'm at home is just to attach a signature, if I forgot to attach a signature in one of the pages. Other than that, any other thing that can be done, it should be done at the office. And I must be in a position of the case file when doing that. Therefore, Brigadier Mkhabela stated that he is ending the call and that he would contact their commander, who I believe to be Lieutenant General Khumalo. Although I was on leave, I also offered witness B and her team that I was willing to come to the lab the next day to attend to their query with the case with a case file in front of me. However, they insisted that we go to the lab at that time. I received a call from Colonel Lesu, the head of the case management in the ballistic section. Colonel Lesu indicated that it will not be possible to access the case file for the Vereeniging and Bramley as they had been sent to KwaZulu-Natal for further examination. At about 2100, the group took me inside their car and I was asked by one of the male officers if I had my office keys with me, which I confirmed I did. The officers wanted to stop by my house for me to fetch a jersey and I refused. I refused passing by my house due to the safety concerns I had, fearing that would expose my family to the risk in the event that I was in the company of illegitimate police officers. There were 7 of us in the vehicle as we drove to Silverton. Upon arrival at FSL's, the female security officer at the gate saw my face and opened the gate and allowed the car to enter the premises. We entered the office. One of the male officers with a rifle stood at the door and I entered the office with witness B and 3 other men. They then asked me to open my computer. I did so by entering my password. They specifically were looking for the ballistic report I prepared for the Vereeniging and Bramley cases. Witness B insisted